Today, we're going to make some excellent blueberry dumplings. Hi there! Let's get straight to the cooking. The absolute most important thing for fluffy dumplings is preparing the yeast starter correctly. To do that, we need lukewarm milk, fresh yeast, a teaspoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of semi-coarse flour. Mix it all together very thoroughly and let it sit for about 10 minutes until foam and bubbles form on the surface. That's exactly what a perfect starter should look like. While the yeast is doing its thing, we'll prep the bowl with flour. I'm cooking with my wife at our cottage today, and we forgot to go grocery shopping, so I'm going to improvise a little. But the result is going to be absolutely genius. Normally, you can mix semi-coarse and all-purpose flour one for a softer texture, but using only semi-coarse flour works just fine too. Pour the starter into the bowl with the flour and start mixing. Gradually add more flour as you go until the dough thickens. The right consistency is when the dough stops sticking to the bowl. If you're wondering how long to mix it, the answer is a long time. Once the dough gets thicker, use a wooden spoon to beat it from underneath. This gets air into the dough, which helps it rise much better. You want a nice, firm dough ball that isn't too sticky. Let the dough rest and rise for about 20 to 30 minutes in a warm place under a tea towel. While that's happening, let's prep the blueberries. Since the fresh blueberry season is ending, I'm using frozen ones. Blueberries are great because they keep their flavor well when frozen, unlike canned blueberries, which lose their tartness and aren't as good for dumplings. The dough has risen beautifully. Dust your work surface with flour and let's get to the dumplings. Just watch how my wife shapes them. It's a simple and inspiring process. Try to keep them all the same size so they cook evenly. While the dumplings are ready, put the blueberries in a pot to cook them down. Now, drop the dumplings into boiling water as quickly as possible. I recommend using the biggest pot you own so they don't stick together. Back to the blueberries. Once they've broken down, add about a tablespoon and a half of sugar. Stir it well. I'm taking a small portion aside for my wife. She prefers them tart and not too sweet. For the rest of us, I'm doing it the manly way. I'm throwing in about a quarter block of butter and a massive amount of sugar. My kids and I love it sweet, so we don't hold back. Let the sauce boil rapidly for a bit. As the water evaporates, the sauce will thicken and get that perfect jam-like consistency. By now, the dumplings have cooked for 5 minutes on one side. Flip them over quickly and cook for only 3 more minutes on the other side under the lid. Very important. As soon as you take the dumplings out, prick them with a fork so they don't collapse and get soggy. Since even our biggest pot at the cottage is a bit small, we're doing this in 2 batches. Time for the final improvisation. We ran out of powdered sugar here at the cottage, so we're using crunchy sugar, granulated sugar instead. It reminds me of school cafeterias where they didn't mess around with powdered sugar and just used granulated. It has a great crunch to it. And we're done. This is one of my all-time favorite meals. Enjoy your meal, and I'll see you next time. Bye.